while others were binge-watching Netflix. I dove into something I didn't even want to watch. They were TikTok videos of hospice nurses. Towards the end of my husband's 13-month battle with cancer, I'd found myself reaching a very uncomfortable point in our journey. I thought to myself, I'd better be prepared for his death. A part of me really wanted to cling to hope, and another quietly believed that Andy's death could be near. I knew I needed to learn what his last weeks, days, and moments might look like, and how to recognize the signals that his body was ceasing to function. You see, I was hoping that knowing what to expect would help me stay calm when the time came. Also, our hospice nurse would need to know too when to come to our home to support him and us and be ready for his passing. At least that's how I imagined it would happen. That understanding, I thought, would help ease my mind and let go of unnecessary worries. And it did. Did you know that dehydration can actually make the dying process more comfortable and less distressing? So if Andy stopped drinking, it could signal that his body was going through the natural process of shutting down. Nature knows best, right? Although Andy's situation didn't unfold exactly quite like that. This gave me a sense of peace and allowed me to reach a level of acceptance, rather than fearing he was suffering. It took me an entire year to get to a point where I took steps to educate myself and be prepared for his final journey. Gosh, it was painful and incredibly difficult to start conversations about his final wishes, getting our financial affairs in order, and planning for funeral services. The tasks were emotionally draining. Not something that I can imagine my body or mind could bear. But it did. You know, it's like there was this door I knew I must walk through. But so many times I avoided it because it was just too painful. The process required so much willpower and energy, often oscillating between stopping and starting. Eventually, reality pushed me through that door. It felt like being forced to watch a loved one endure a heart-wrenching scene in a horror movie. It's just too disturbing to watch, yet knowing you must. And all the while, I experienced a racing heart, excruciating pain, and uncertainty. What I didn't realize was that months of exposure to death through various channels had already helped prepare me for Andy's eventual end. It's been fascinating to see how my internal journey evolved from avoidance to readiness. Well, several factors helped, including clear communications from doctors and nurses, and also from the cancer communities. I joined Facebook groups with the intention of learning more about treatments and asking questions. Then I began to be inundated with stories of caregivers losing loved ones. Oh God, it was triggering. I had to mute those pages for a while until my body gradually adjusted to the reality and forced me to return for Andy's sake. In our weekly Zoom group, members began to, one by one, share the deaths of their family members. Each time I received those emails, I couldn't help but compare their fates to Andy's. Every time I received those emails, my heart would skip a beat, and then I would sense my mood changed. And then eventually, I grew accustomed to it. At home, I was also adjusting to the reality. If you ever accompany a loved one through a serious illness, you understand how painful and sad it is to witness the gradual decline of a person's body and health. Andy lost more than 50 pounds. His facial contours became more prominent, and his skin hung loosely on his bones as his muscles wasted away. As this progressed, my mind and body became ready to let go of any desire to control. When nature took over, there was nothing I could do. In the end, I had to surrender to it, let it unfold, and hopefully would find a sense of peace amidst it all. To be honest, I didn't know how I had coped. I witnessed everything with a mixture of curiosity, fascination, and avoidance, and constantly switching between denial, acceptance, fear, and tears. Through all of this, I came to realize how little most of us know about death and dying, and how our misconceptions and avoidance about it come from fear. Well, fair enough. Who would take time to learn about death when they're healthy and everything's going fine, right? When illness strikes, you're left scrambling and improvising. I'll say one thing that helped me navigate this harrowing experience was self-awareness. I became acutely aware of my thoughts, physical sensations, and how they were influenced by the external factors around me, and how my emotions were intertwined with all of it. That clarity helped me distinguish what is real and what is not. I learned what I needed, and I found ways to give myself what I needed and ask for what I needed. Death is truly a profound human experience. Writing and sharing this is my way of remembering and honoring Andy with compassion and admiration. Andy was not defined by his disease. He was who he always was, with and without it, and more. This is my way of gently reminding myself to see life events as they are, however difficult. This is my way of helping myself and allowing the pain to be released during this healing journey. So I'll say this. This is my message to you. Hold your loved ones close. Don't let your pain or their pain overshadow what truly matters in this world. Cherish them with love. Tell them so, knowing that nothing lasts forever, but the moments of the love connection we share do.